What's going on, everybody? My name is Brandon. This is Potty Mouth Sports, your spot for uncensored and unfiltered sports opinions. Today, we are coming with Zoomin with the Boys, episode 34. We're going to finally wrap up the MLB for the 2021 season. The Atlanta Braves have won their first World Series since 1995, defeating the Houston cheating scumbag Astros 4-2 in the series. We got Ryan, the baseball insider, with us as well for Potty Mouth Sports. So, let's get this over with, bud. Fucking Atlanta did it. Thank God.
Yeah. Poor Astros, man. I was really gunning for him, too. Sad day.
Yeah, I shed a tear for Jose Altuve, that's for sure.
Yeah, nobody wanted the Astros to win unless he lived in Houston. So this is a silver lining for absolutely every MLB fan.
Yeah, no, I'll take it. Would never have predicted the Atlanta Braves winning the World Series, coming out of that fucking shitter division into the playoffs. The NL East, they came in with 88 wins, which was the lowest in the National League, and top teams started getting picked off, and I think their bats, and it was a combination of their bats and a couple of their pitchers, and it brought them all the way to the promised land, and they got a chip. So I'm happy for them. We'll go through the games quick. Atlanta, game 1, 6-2. Game 2, Houston, 7-2. So that was a back and forth for a second. Game 3, Atlanta takes it 2-0. The Astros only had 2 hits. Ian Anderson and is it Will Smith who's the fucking closer for that team?
I believe so, yeah.
So yeah, they combined for a 2-hitter to shut the Astros out 2-0 in game 3. Game 4, Atlanta takes it again 3-2, put them up 3-1 on the series. Game 5, do or die for the Astros, pull it off 9-5, and then game 6, 7-0, not even fucking close. Atlanta just sealed the fucking deal. I didn't watch any of this shit really. I saw a couple of the highlights. Fucking game 6, I think it was, somebody fucking stepped on the first baseman's ankle, like literally holes in his fucking pants. That's how bad it was. But I think he shook it off.
Yeah, I didn't.
It wasn't, I don't think it was the first baseman. I think it was the pitcher. It was a play to the first baseman and then a flip over to the pitcher or something. Stepped up. Astros guy completely missed the bag, stepped on the fucking ankle. It looked brutal.
Yep, spiking them. I didn't watch all the games either. I watched game 5 when the Braves choked pretty hard. Mm-hmm. They thought they had it in the bag. I think it was game 5, right? They were up 3-1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was game 5. I think it was Austin Riley that hit the grand slam. Not sure on that one, but boy, did they choke that game. They hit a grand slam in the first inning, and everyone basically started firing the tweets off like, oh, here we go. It's over. But they got the job done. 7-0 game 6. Let's go. Fuck the Astros.
Yeah, really.
The Astros are going to have a lot of work in the offseason, installing as many cameras as they can and from every angle of the field. So maybe get some new garbage cans and fuck them. Fuck Dusty Baker. And
really. Astros bats were cold as fucking game 6. After the top 4 batters, there was 1 hit for the rest of the lineup. It kind of was reminiscent of the New York Yankees in the wild card game, really, and throughout the majority of the season, which you can't really have, especially the Astros. Their strength, their power is their bats, how lethal their lineup can be, has potential to be, but just couldn't get it done, man. I'm happy for the Braves. Jorge Soler wins the World Series MVP. He was just cranking them left, right, center. I don't think he played game 4, but he was just fucking lethal. Freddie Freeman was lethal. Austin Riley was lethal. Adam Duvall got some big hits as well. So Adam Duvall was a huge pickup, probably under the radar pickup at the trade deadline for the Braves, especially with Acuna going out. No one would have predicted that they would have taken it this far.
Yeah, Adam Duvall, he stepped up. Center fielder, right?
He's usually, I think, left, but he might have been playing center field because Acuna. They probably moved everyone around.
Yeah, so he is a left fielder, but he played center a few in the World Series, and he had some big fucking catches and then followed up with some big fucking hits. So that guy stepped up. Basically, it was just a series of each game somebody stepped up in some way for the Braves. Just that's how it worked. And they're also calling Freddie Freeman one of the best hitters to ever touch the plate, which I don't know if I agree with that, but the guy can slug a ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. You got a pretty big fucking lineup to go against in the past, in the golden age of like the early 2000s, late 90s, when steroids were allowed and people were fucking cranking them all over the goddamn map. And back in the good old days. And even before that, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, fucking that whole goddamn 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s era was big power bat era as well. Wouldn't say power bat, but big hitting era as well. To call Freddie Freeman one of the best to ever do it, there's quite a resume you got to go through to do that. But Freddie has came out to the media and said he plans on staying for the rest of his career in Atlanta. So, and he is becoming a free agent at the end of the season. So that'll be interesting to see how he plays out. I'm assuming he's going to get the max, but how are you going to juggle the Acuna and the Freeman contract and still have money to, give everyone a boost because you just won the World Series. Everyone's getting paid.
Yeah. And you have to resign Austin Riley. I don't know what the specifications of that contract is, but you have to keep him. I know they came close to getting rid of him by the deadline this year. So I don't know if that plans have changed, which if I was the coach, plans would fucking change because that guy stepped up. I picked him up halfway through the year in fantasy, and the guy fucking hits, man.
Mm.
So there's they're gonna have a couple people to give some money to here.
Celebrate and then get back to the board because you're going to want to put yourself in that position again. It's going to be tougher next year because I'm going to assume that Jacob deGrom is going to be back full business, which is just going to be a different story for your division, especially with Francisco Lindor and Javier Baez on the Mets as well. Like the Mets kind of underperformed this year due to injury mainly. So,
yep. And I don't like to give the Astros credit, but what about Zach Greinke coming in for a couple pinch hits over the course of the 6 games?
It's like fucking Greinke literally went from the Royals, had a couple shitty years, and then just started stepping up in the last like 3 years for the fucking Astros. Like that guy's, I'm not gonna say he's old, but he's not young.
No, it was the Royals, the fucking Angels, the Dodgers, the Brewers. He's been around the fucking league.
Yeah.
And he's a weird fucking cunt. Let me tell you that. He's a weird fucking man. He's a little baby too, but
no, I think that whole organization is a bunch of fucking babies. Look at the size of Jose Altuve.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't like him, do we?
No, we don't. It is the Oakland Athletics' responsibility next season to put more pressure on to win that division. Like it's just completely unacceptable. Mariners picked it up a little bit second half of the season as well to at least compete for a wild card spot, but I think that division will get more interesting as well next year. So somebody's got to knock the fucking head off the throne here. Astros just can't have a clean ride to the fucking postseason every year. Somebody's got to step it up in that division.
Yeah. Oakland needs to fire their coach, in my opinion. There's a lot of talent on that team. They got rid of Simeon. Look what Simeon did when they got rid of him.
Yeah, really.
They should have fucking paid that man whatever he wants, and now he's going to get whatever he wants. But I think in Oakland, it comes down to a fucking coaching issue. But
definitely, or the GM. Something's got to fall on the shoulders of somebody because, yeah, you gave that guy away for fucking nothing and like he literally went off. He was part of the 3-headed snake in Toronto.
He was one of the best hitters in baseball.
him, Bo, and Vlad just look the fuck out.
Yeah, so that division fucking sucks, but there's still a lot of teams that got to step up in that division.
Man, like early hot take right now, Mike Trout will be out before the All-Star break next year, and fucking Angels won't have any chance either. So
Yeah.
I'd put money on that right now that Mike Trout gets injured somehow, some way before the fucking All-Star break. That guy's a goddamn band-aid, and fuck, it's just sad to see because the Angels have potential to compete for that division as well.
Wrong division.
Yeah.
It's NL East. The Braves are in.
No, I'm talking about the Astros.
Oh yeah, fucking yeah. I try not to think about them.
Yeah, but like, and back to the NL East, you got Philly. They have a chance, but they always fucking shoot themselves in the foot somehow. And Miami's just not. I know I'm rocking my Miami here, but they're never in the fucking call. They're in a deep rebuild. They got way too many young guys and not enough capital to invest in a star, in my opinion. And
hey, not last in the division though.
No,
National.
The Nationals won their fucking World Series a couple years ago and have just fallen off the face of the earth. Got rid of fucking literally everybody. It doesn't register in my mind why they did that as well. Trey Turner and Max Scherzer at the trade deadline this year, and then the year before that, you get rid of Anthony Rendon to the fucking Angels. Well, sorry, you let him go.
Yep. Although that's one I could be on board with. Did you see Rendon's season?
Look at him now, yeah,
he's a fucking loser. He's probably a fucking healthy scratch at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of teams that need to step up. I don't even think the Braves should have been in the playoffs or the postseason.
Brewers should have they had potential to take it all the fucking way. The Padres underperformed dramatically this year, especially with all the money that they spent on payroll. Dodgers should have gotten it done. Just completely unacceptable as well. But the amount of payroll and the moves that you made at the trade deadline is just completely unacceptable. That's a failure of a season in my books. Like, you didn't even bring it to 7, you brought it to 6. So
yeah, this is embarrassing for a lot of teams, including the Dodgers, the Brewers. A lot of teams, these teams that pay retarded amounts for stupid amounts of good players just got beat by the fucking Braves who scraped into the postseason. And they should be fucking ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, really. And that's not to take away from the Braves. That's to take away from the other teams. Like the Braves, you made it to the postseason. What are you going to do? Just quit because you're not supposed to be there? Like, obviously, you're going to play ball, and they play ball the whole fucking way and took it. But this just chalks up to a failure from all these other big market teams, the Yankees, the fucking Red Sox, the Dodgers, the Brewers, the Padres. Just complete fucking failure in my books for all those teams. And those teams need to make some moves in the offseason this year and try and battle back to be where they're supposed to be.
And boy, was our fucking predictions ever off. I think everyone's were, I'm going to assume, because what fucking crackhead had the Atlanta Braves winning? But I had the Brewers. You had, of course, the Yankees. And then at the start of the season, I had the Padres. It's like, yeah, this is a World Series caliber lineup. And then shit the fucking bed. Just awful.
Yeah. So. Yeah, really. I had the Yankees Brewers in the World Series. The Yankees, I can understand that not being the case, and that was a bit of a hot take because they didn't prove anything in the regular season to be one of those teams. It's just the potency of that lineup, and because I'm a fucking diehard Yankee fan, of course it's going to be biased. But the Brewers, I thought it would be Brewers, Dodgers, and I thought the Brewers pitching and just their overall lineup would have taken it from the Dodgers. But fuck, man. Disappointing season for everybody, dude, except for the Braves. Congratulations to the Atlanta Braves.
Shout out Atlanta.
I don't really know what to say. I didn't see this coming at all. And I'm just really glad that the Houston Astros didn't win this. That's the biggest thing in my opinion. I don't care who beat them.
Yeah. I mean, shout out Atlanta. Good for you guys. A terrible season of baseball, in my opinion, just terrible all around the league. The Dodgers, the Giants, these are teams that 105, 106, 107 wins. And, you had 20 more fucking wins than the Braves, and you can't fucking, it's no words for it, man. It's brutal.
All matters what you do in the postseason, bud. You can do what you got to do to get there, but then you got to fucking actually play ball, and that's when all the cards are down. So
Yeah, just brutal all around. Not a good year for baseball. And I watched every fucking game of Blue Jays and a lot of other teams. Just not a good year. There's a lot of problems. The umpires, it goes down to a lot of different things, not just the team that won. So
the umpires, I think the shift, it's a sensitive subject. Can't really get rid of the shift. You can't tell teams that they can't shift, but you got to do something, man. Like they just line up based, and it's all on analytics based on how players hit, where they hit. I know it's up to the player to attempt to put the ball into the other fucking field, but they just play to their tendencies. It's smart baseball, but it's also a detriment. People watch baseball. The casual fan watches baseball because of the hitting. They want to see home runs. They want to see shit like that. I'm not saying that there was a lack of home runs, but like the batting averages this year are just fucking atrocious as well.
Batting averages are weird. Like the people you wouldn't expect were batting great this year, and people you expected to bat well didn't. So just weird. And yeah, you'll never get rid of the shift though. Like it's bad. It's Brad Pitt and fucking Jonah Hill Moneyball type thing. Like it's all a statistic now. This guy hits here this amount of times, so the chances of us in the shift getting it is gonna work. So sure, it's boring, but I mean, it's led to a few good things. Like, there's been some crazy catches, mostly by what's his name there on the Padres shortstop.
Tatis.
Yeah, Tatis had a couple nasty catches in the shift, and there's been a couple things like that. But yeah, like you said, like the casual fan's not there to watch
scientific, strategical baseball. They're there to watch hits, big catches, big plays. I'm not going to say this was one of the weaker seasons of baseball. I'm not going to be that biased, but like, it either the league has to do something about the shift, which they probably won't because the Players Association, that's just a big fucking mess with a rule change like that. Not even to change the shift, but to minimize its power, that'd just be a mess. But you got to chalk it up to the batters as well. Like maybe you have to hit against your tendency. Like maybe you're a right-handed batter and you're a pull hitter. You need to be able to place, like you're a professional athlete. You should be able to place the ball in the outfield. When I was in right field, when I was in fucking Little League, I could place the ball like in certain positions, switch my feet, change my swing in a sense to be able to hit the ball. I just think there needs to be more contact hits. There's way too much swinging for the fence bullshit because people are on contracts and they want more money, and it's all based on home runs, RBIs type shit. But
yep. And this is the funny thing is I agree, but this is coming from me and you who are Yankees Blue Jays fans who we fucking juice that goddamn ball. With the exception of DJ LeMahieu, everybody else on both our teams is fucking swinging for the goddamn fucking fence.
Yeah, really. And it's just a pain to see. Like maybe that's why I'm saying it, but shit, man. Like I turned the fucking Yankees off around the All-Star break for a couple months, and then I got back into them in August and September because I couldn't watch it anymore. Yep. I couldn't watch a subpar team just swing for the fence, not get any hits, get like 2 hits a fucking game, and just call it a fucking day and lose these shitter teams that we shouldn't be losing to. And I'm just going to chalk that up to a combination of our lineup just being trash. Like all home run hitters, you can't have a lineup like that at all. You need combination of speed, contact hitting, and power hitting.
Yeah, not to clash sports, but like they're trying to do the Kansas City Chiefs fucking logic where they just fucking juice all fucking. It's going over the fence every fucking time. We're gonna score so many points there, it won't matter, and that didn't fucking work at all.
Yeah, it's just coming back to bite everyone in the ass. Because
look at the Jays. Sure, we had some success, but fourth in division, didn't make it. So. And pitching fucking sucked this year. I know there was a couple no-hitters. There was ups and downs, but that fucking spider tack shit halfway through the fucking
Yeah, they didn't even give them the chance to adapt or the offseason to kind of work out the kinks. They literally just said, nope, no more of this. You're done at this certain time. And if you keep using it, you're getting suspended. So
I am actually for Spider, not regulate it in some way. I don't know. Let them use something. Come out with a fucking formula of something. Let them use something. The hitters want it. Like the pitchers want it. It controls the ball. You're gonna get hit a lot less people, unless you're the Miami Marlins, because the Miami Marlins love to throw a fucking ball or two at a guy. I watched a few games this year, and I think every Marlins game I watched, they're beaning some people. Shout out to the coach of the Miami Marlins. Not sure who it is, but that guy is a beauty. Yeah, that guy is a beauty, and I like his style. And honestly, I wish the Jays would go after him. But yeah, no, I just let them use some sort of fucking spider tack or some substance, or come out with your own brand of it. I don't know how you can do it, but fucking regulate it in some way.
I think the league's just in a weird state right now where they remember what it was like in the 90s and 2000s. They know they can never go back to that because they pulled the plug on it with the whole fucking steroids, suspending people left, right, and center for all that shit. Obviously, you can't let people inject chemicals in themselves to make themselves better. I understand where they're coming from, but at the same time, they remember what it was like in the golden age, early 2000s and the 90s and shit. And they want to be able to make the game like that. They just don't know the steps to rule changes in order to do that. So it's in a weird we're in a weird like little funk in the MLB. I think it'll be like another 5 years before they figure their shit out again, because they got to bring like a youthful demographic to baseball as well. Like it can't just be all fucking 80-year-olds and shit watching the game. Nothing wrong with that. I don't mind watching a game with a senior, but like baseball's got to be for everybody.
I can't watch baseball with the old folks, and it's for the simple factor it's always the same thing. Oh, well, back in my fucking day, blah blah blah. Well, it's not your fucking day. It's a new era. I love the steroid era. I understand how you can't let it happen, but they need to shift their focus more to looking for these doctors, and that's a fucking strong quotation. Doctors that are giving them fucking hydromorphine and shit after every fucking game. They need to go look more into that than they do steroids. Sweep steroids under the rug with 2 G's. Little pun there. Sweep the steroid screening under the rug a little bit, and gear yourself towards these team doctors that are handing out fucking hydromorphines in Pez dispensers. Yeah, because look at what's his name there that died on the Angels, like Tyler whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So like, why are these team doctors allowed to buy drugs off street, give it to them? And it's a mess. Baseball is run extremely poorly right now, especially when you compare it to like, Adam Silver Sesh, I'll call him, and just other owners of other leagues that, I don't know. Adam he pays attention to his players association a lot more, and the MLB needs to fall in order with that.
And in the NBA, like they've made rule changes and they don't hesitate. Like they will make a proposal to the Players Association that we all know makes fucking sense. And then it gets passed and it's a bonus. Like, not to get off topic again, but like in the NBA, people at the 3-point line were fucking jumping into the defender to absorb fouls to go to the line and get 3 shots or 1. Be a 4-point play. They got rid of that shit. They stopped calling those soft ass fouls, and it's making it better. The next step that they're proposing is now there's like it's not a clear path foul, but it's like when a team's about to go on a fast break after getting a rebound, teams are fouling the players so that they can't pass the ball at the court to get free points because they don't want to run back quick and play defense. They're getting rid of that rule, and they're going to be punishing players that foul. Basically clear path foul or fucking, I think it's called like a take 2 foul or some shit like that they're trying to propose. So like Adam Silver does not hesitate to switch shit up, bring in new shit, keep it fucking exciting and keep it the way it was. Well, even better the game. The fucking commissioner of the MLB, I don't know what's fucking up his ass because he's just fucking ridiculous.
Old Rob.
Yeah, Rob Manfred.
Yeah,
And yeah,
he get him out of here. It's a fucking lawyer. He's an old lawyer. Like, I don't know, just not the guy for the job. And there's always going to be teams that exploit rules like the shift and stuff, like shit that we don't want to see, but just statistically, they're going to find ways to grease things like that. You'll never be able to stop it. You ban one thing, they'll figure something else out.
baseball has literally been built on cheating.
Yep. Baseball started with cheating. It's going to end like cheating too.
I think it was like 1919. The fucking Chicago White Sox fucking basically bet on themselves to lose and lost on purpose. I believe that's how it went. But like baseball's always been about cheating, and then it got into the steroids, and then as spider tack and all that shit. Like they're just literally, when you take something away, they're just going to find another way and be even sneakier to continue to do what they're doing.
Yeah, and the MLB issues almost next to nothing for penalty wise for almost everything.
The spider tack is 8 games. Like, okay, well, I pitch once every 5 games, so I don't have another start. Like, okay, cool.
So yeah, your pitcher goes over 8 games. He might miss one start.
Off. Yeah, I get a week and a half off. Cool.
Some teams that'll affect, but teams with like the Dodgers, if a Dodgers pitcher goes out for 8 games, they don't fucking care.
Yeah, really.
But again, I don't think they should be getting 8 games for spider tack. So I don't know. There's a lot of fucking cheating. Baseball was built on cheating. It'll never stop. It'll always be a cheating sport. It'll never die though, because it's a really casual fan base, MLB, like, because it's so cheap to go to a game in 95% of the stadiums. So it's a pretty casual fan base.
So fucking huge.
Yeah. So, like I can go to a Jays game for, with like prime seats for like $70. So it's just a big casual fan base, but that's exactly why they should lean into.
I looked up tickets in the 100 section for a Miami Heat game against the Lakers in January. 750.
Yeah, like you see the fucking difference there.
I remember when we sat behind the plate, Jays, Yankees, we weren't directly behind home plate, but we were behind home plate. Those tickets were like $75-$80 each. Yeah. To sit courtside at the NBA is $5,000 a ticket.
Yep.
Like, it's a big fucking difference.
And how many games is there in the NBA?
82.
Yeah. So I guess
the season. That's another thing as well.
Yeah, that's another thing. The MLB cut 30 fucking games out of your season and change your playoff format into something. Put more teams in the fucking playoffs. You need too many games. Too many games.
I think there should be 8 from each conference. There's like 30 fucking teams.
Yeah, like for casual fans, great. There's so many games. You're bound to, I don't care if you work, 70, 80 hours a week, you'll still be able to catch a game at some point because there's so many. But cut 30 games, you almost won't notice it, and your playoff format will be better. And teams like the Jays and then a bunch of other teams will actually make the playoffs, and
they got to do 8 like the NBA conference wise, seed it 1 through 8 and play it out like that, or they got to do it like football with 7, and then they get the first team gets a bye in each conference, and then move it like that, and have like 2 wildcard teams. I know that there's more divisions, so there would probably be 3 wildcard teams rather than 2.
Yeah, it's the playoff format's it's come from a salty Blue Jays fan. I get it. Like, I know I'm salty about it, but
it's just shit. Like it makes the end of the season really interesting, and then literally the wildcard teams literally have 1 game. That's it.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Doesn't matter if you played a bad game. Then you get in, and then you're playing like the top seeded fucking team, like divisionally. So like the Rays or the Astros this year. Yeah. AKA the Red Sox playing the Rays.
Yeah, it's bad for actual MLB fans. Like someone like me, I don't miss a game almost every day I'm watching, not even just my team. Because like I don't really care until the end of the season, but the casual fans, they're being more
Oh, like
more
my
catered
brother
to.
who just comes out of the fucking woodwork after the Red Sox beat the Yankees in the wild card team, and Red Sox are on, bub.
Yeah, don't think he watched a single game this
He
year.
did not
Sorry,
watch a
Ty.
single fucking game all regular season.
Yeah,
So
sorry,
I would put
Ty.
money on that. Sorry, Ty, to call you out, bud, but you're one of those casual fans.
And that's who they're catering to right now. And honestly, it's bad because your jersey sales will go up. Like all your jersey sales are from actual MLB fans. No casual fans buying a $200 jersey.
200 or 300, depending on how fucking sexy you want it. If you want a Nike fucking what the players wear, it's like $370.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fucking juice right now. So if I'm Rob, I start catering to my actual loyal fan base instead of the casual 10-year-olds who come to 3 games over 2 years and
you got to be able to do both. You got to find a way to do both.
You got to find a median somehow.
But yeah, anything else you want to fucking say about the World Series / MLB before we get the fuck out of here until probably March?
Nope. Good for Atlanta. It sucks. I know the Dodgers were about to riot in LA. Sucks to be you guys. You guys have a wicked team. You guys got outclassed. Sucks to be you. Fuck the Astros. You guys got outclassed as well. No reason for it. You shouldn't have lost to the Braves, and look what happens when you don't cheat.
It's a perfect ending right there. Yeah, we'll say congratulations to the fucking Atlanta Braves, first World Series since 1995. Won't take anything away from you. Way to beat the fucking Astros, those cheating fucking scumbags. And I guess we'll be back in March to talk about all the shit that went down in the offseason, because there's going to be some big fucking moves. Big dollars getting spent on some players in the offseason, probably some trades as well. So we'll get into that in March when spring training's going on. And then after that, we'll probably hit a fucking season preview. We'll get right back into baseball again, but we won't be here till March. We'll be covering fucking football and basketball until then. So
good chance I lose my fucking mind with all these moves, because Jays notoriously don't move players well. So Simeon will be gone. So yeah, by March, I will be losing my fucking mind. Should be a good couple episodes there at first.
Yeah, and I'm pretty worried about how we're going to juggle everybody on our team and juggling the new additions that we got at the trade deadline as well. So pretty scared for the season. The off season especially, because we also signed Aaron Boone to a 3-year extension, which probably means Cashman isn't going anywhere either. So pretty scared. And until March, fuck, boys, hold it down. Congrats to Atlanta. This has been episode 34 of Zoomin with the Boys. Hit the link in the bio. Keep up to date on Instagram and Twitter what we're doing. Cop some merch. Just dropped last week. And we love you all. See you in March.